Are you aware of the big announcement made 2 weeks ago on August 20th at the Board of Directors briefing? In this year, 2025, and the next year, 2026, we will have another significant changes in Toastmasters education program. Hi, everyone. I'm Masayo, a Pathways Guide of District 76. Today, I'd like to share with you some of my investigation report on my biggest theme I've been working on in Toastmasters for 11 years. The theme is Toastmasters education program. It's a history of full of twists and turns. 우여곡절. Do you remember the first manual you read in Toastmasters? I remember it very clearly. This manual. This is my first manual I read when I started as a Toastmaster member. Is this the same for yours? Riri-san, is this your first manual? Otani-san, is this your first manual?
Yes, I completed.
Asusa-san, maybe not. Right. If you are older than this generation, maybe your manual is like this white covered competent communication. This is competent communication, CC. This one is also competent communication, CC, same one. Content of two CC manuals are the same. I was astonished to read the CC manual, Icebreaker project, the first project. I haven't seen that well-designed, well-written, and very practical textbook ever. So I began to admire, I don't know the name, but someone who wrote the CC manual. Then I started to read all Toastmasters manuals available after I read the Icebreaker project. My first club, called Sakitama Club, that club had a library of all manuals. All manuals were printed at that time, 11 years ago. I borrowed all of them, bunch of them, and brought them back home and read everything. I learned very, very many things: evaluation, voice, body, leadership, Robert's rules, event conduction, many, many, many things. After that good old days, Pathways started. What was your first impression on Pathways? When you read any article about Pathways or when you first heard about it? Did you feel happy with the new education program? I first read an article of the Toastmaster magazine, January 2015. It's about the new education program called, or maybe it's not specific name, but they called the new program Revitalized Education Program. I first read the article about Pathways 10 years ago. This will be named Pathways 1 year later. I was totally confused. What's this? It's very, very much different from CC manual. I read this article twice, 3 times, 4 times. No understand at all. 10 different paths, 5 different levels. Some of them are required and others are optional. Very, very different from the manuals I knew. And this article, Toastmaster magazine article, says the new revitalized education program is scheduled to launch in the second half of 2015. This is a January issue. So I was upset. And I was a vice president education of a club. So how I can explain this to the members? I contacted several people. Nobody know about the revitalized education program in 2015. As you know, the new education program or pathways was not released in 2015. The schedule shifted many times. And next year, this revitalized education program is named Pathways. 2 years later, finally, in 2017, pilot run version was released in the District 57. Only one district test case to actually try to use the new education program. I read this article, but I didn't understand. But luckily, District 57 publicized all the pathways materials they've received, includes the names of 10 paths, the list of the projects in a path, 10 set of project names, and short description of each project. And I realized that it's very difficult to understand how it works by seeing those materials. It's still difficult. As a vice president of a club, I needed to explain to the club members how the education program would change. So that's the reason. That was the why I made Pathways Matrix. This is the early version of Pathways Matrix 10 years ago. Just after I downloaded from the District 57's website, it shows 10 paths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it shows the differences between paths. Right? The list of projects of each path doesn't show the differences, but the plotting the projects and the path on one sheet will show the differences of paths. But most of the projects are common for 10 paths. And I couldn't get the project information by only reading the short description. So some of the project descriptions are very short, like this, like this. And it showed that this red path, leadership development, and the presentation mastery paths, 2 paths are the most important. This is available both online and printed and provided in all 9 languages. These blue one, a printed version is available in only English. And all 10 paths are provided in online. So they have the weights in paths. Most important 2 paths, and the next important 3 paths, and the others. The next Pathways update was 2019. This first version is released in 2017. The next update was 2 years later. And before 2019, the second level projects can be seen by the members who completed the first level. The 5th level projects can be accessed by the members who completed level 1, 2, 3, 4 only. So it took very long time for me to read the manual and add the project description. The first version is the first release, and the second update was 2019. The third one is a 2021, and next one is a 2022, and the current one is a 2024 version. Pathways have been updated 5 times, including the first release. The Pathways matrix, this is a Pathways matrix chart I created. This chart has been updated each time when the Pathways curriculum itself was updated. Each time I needed to update my information in my brain by asking many questions to Toastmasters International. Many of the updates were English paths only, actually. Even the English path was updated, no other language was updated. And one of the updates, 2022 version update, was not announced. I don't know the reason. I asked many questions. Why it's not announced? No answer. And recent update, 5 out of 11 paths were discontinued, and 3 languages out of 9 were discontinued last fall, last October. 2 weeks ago, in the Toastmasters annual event, Board of Directors briefing, it was announced that the Toastmasters International decided to update the Pathways curriculum again this year, and sometime of next year. The next update is a significant one, very, very big. They said the CC manual and the AC manuals will be somehow added to the Pathways curriculum. I think that's a good news for some of us. I'm a big CC AC manual fan. Maybe those members are many. And the second of the 3 significant updates are the meeting role requirements. I'm not sure how to do that, but there's something like CL manual, Competent Leadership Manual, or something from the Successful Club series. and the Better Speaker series and the Leadership Excellent series will be requirements to complete a level. But it's not officially announced in the written form. So I just heard what the Daniel Rex announced in the board briefing. And the third one, that's a very unique update. Do you know the manual that the Ralph Smedley wrote in 1940 or so? Very, very first Toastmasters manual written by Ralph Smedley. It's a very old manual. This whole book with 12 projects, speech number 1 to speech number 12, these projects in some meeting role. This is a table topic chairman, Toastmaster of the evening, and evaluator role or something like that. This will be included in Pathways. What do you think? What do you think about this? Pathways started 8 years ago to renew the education program by using the online manual, video and interactive materials, a mentor eligibility system, and new projects like online webinar conduction, interviewing projects, and making a podcast project. Those projects were not in the old CCAC manuals. I feel that Toastmasters expects the old members to come back by the revival of the old manual, like this basic manual, NCC manual, ECL manual, AC manual, AC manual. These are speech manual. Those ACCC manual does not include the leadership. Leadership is a different track from the communication track in the old system. The next big updates will come later this year and next year. So watch out what you've got next time. Back to you, Toastmaster.